Offset just flipped the internet upside down with one sentence. He says the baby Cardi B is carrying might not belong to her current man, NFL star Stefon Diggs. According to Offset, it's his. And just like that, chaos erupted. The timelines don't match, the stories don't add up, and fans, they're losing it. Because what started as a sweet pregnancy reveal has turned into a war of receipts, accusations, and one major question: who is the real father of Cardi B's baby? Offset isn't just dropping petty shade, he's dragging Cardi into a full-blown public mess, calling her out, demanding DNA tests, and accusing her of masterminding a trap to pin the baby on someone richer. And that someone, Stefon Diggs, a man with his own history of cheating, baby mama drama, and teammates who've warned women to stay far away. Now, Cardi's caught in the middle. Offset's yelling, "That's my child," Stefon's silent, and Cardi, she's dodging questions while trying to keep the narrative under control. But at this point, the narrative might not be hers to control anymore. Because if what Offset's saying is true, this isn't just a scandal, it's a scandal with receipts. And the whole world is watching.
For weeks, whispers had been circling. Paparazzi caught glimpses. Fans zoomed in on blurry photos. The bump was there, and it was growing. But Cardi, she said nothing. Until now. In an emotional interview with Gayle King, Cardi finally let the truth spill. Yes, she's pregnant. And yes, the baby's father is Stefon Diggs. On the surface, it looked like a beautiful moment. Cardi smiled, Gayle congratulated her. She spoke about feeling powerful, creating life while building her career. She said Stefon was supportive. She claimed they were in a good space. But even in that moment, something felt off. Because behind that glowing announcement was a woman who'd spent months hiding, not just from the press, but from her own family. Cardi admitted she hadn't even told her parents about the pregnancy. She said she was scared, that she needed time, that she wanted to close some deals first, and only then would she go public. Fans started asking questions. Why the secrecy? Why the delay? It wasn't just about protecting her peace. Something deeper was going on. And whether Cardi realized it or not, the world was already piecing things together. The timeline didn't line up. Leaked footage had shown her walking out of court wearing a tight white outfit, one that clearly outlined a growing bump. Online sleuths pounced, Twitter lit up, TikTok theories went viral. People had been speculating about this pregnancy long before Cardi confirmed it. So when she finally said it out loud, it didn't land like a surprise. It landed like a cover-up, and the public could smell it. The moment she owned the pregnancy, the internet didn't just congratulate her, it dissected her. People brought up Stefon's track record. They started asking whether Cardi had moved too fast. They started whispering about trap babies, broken timelines, and blurred lines between the past and present. Because when the truth came out, so did the questions.
If the internet was still catching its breath after Cardi's announcement, Offset made sure they choked on it. Out of nowhere, he lit a match and threw it straight into the fire, claiming he might actually be the father of Cardi's baby. And just like that, a quiet storm turned into a public hurricane. Offset didn't make his move quietly. He did it the way he always does, loud, messy, and right in the middle of social media chaos. First, he started dropping cryptic comments under fan posts, teasing the idea that things weren't what they seemed. Then came the demand for a DNA test. He wanted proof, not from Stefon, from Cardi. According to Offset, the whole pregnancy was a setup, a trap, as he called it. He said Stefon was being used, a shiny distraction to hide the real truth, that Cardi had been with him, and now she was trying to pass the baby off as someone else's. Fans were stunned. 1 minute Offset was denying the baby had anything to do with him, and now he's claiming it proudly? So which is it? Because let's not forget, just 2 weeks earlier, when a fan posted that legally the baby could be Offset's, he clapped back with, The devil is a liar. But now, suddenly, he's talking like he's the one who's been lied to. People weren't sure whether he was being sincere or just spinning the narrative to stay in the spotlight. After all, Offset isn't exactly known for keeping things low-key. And when Cardi moved on, publicly, happily, he didn't just fall back, he clapped back. Hard. And that's when it became clear. Offset wasn't just speculating, he was declaring war. Not just on Cardi, but on the image she was trying to build with Stefon. Because if Offset's telling the truth, that baby isn't just a symbol of new love. It's a ticking time bomb.
Offset didn't just stop at words. He brought the receipts. And once those screenshots started flying, it was clear this wasn't just petty drama. This was personal. Behind the scenes, while Offset was throwing public shots and demanding paternity tests, he was also doing something else. Begging. Leaked messages showed Offset in Cardi's inbox, trying to get back in her space, sweet-talking one minute, accusing the next, calling her out online, then privately confessing he missed her. It was a full-blown contradiction, and Cardi wasn't about to let it slide. She fired back with her receipts. In one message, Offset asked, "You don't want me?" Cardi replied, "Not really." He followed up, "Okay, you want somebody else?" And when Cardi gave him silence, he cracked, "Can I tell you off with you on the phone, brother?" The desperation was loud. This wasn't just about co-parenting or closure. Offset still wanted her, and Cardi knew it. But she was done playing, until the internet started asking a different question. Were they still hooking up? Because right around the time Cardi's pregnancy started to show, a blogger named One Go Alexis came forward with a bombshell. She claimed Cardi and Offset had secretly spent a weekend together after the breakup. And when Cardi caught wind of the rumor, she lost it. She sent Alexis a fiery DM. "Why you saying that I effed Offset this weekend? Like, bitch, I don't give a fa who you support. Lying on my pee is crazy." She told Alexis to ask Offset how he had been cheating with Ari while they were still together. Cardi was furious, not just at the lie, but at the hypocrisy, because Offset was out here acting like the victim while allegedly creeping the whole time. Still, Alexis stood by her claims. She said Offset told her he smashed Cardi in Atlanta. And with no denial from Offset, fans were left wondering, was Cardi really done with him or just keeping him close and secret? Because that's where things get twisted. Offset claims he's the father. He drops texts where he's still obsessed. Cardi denies everything, but the receipts tell a different story. And now the whole internet is asking, if Offset's lying, why does he sound so sure? And if he's telling the truth, who's really been sneaking around behind the scenes?
Offset might be loud, but Stefon Diggs is the one fans are really worried about. Because while Cardi was busy shutting down rumors, smiling through interviews, and praising her supportive new man, the internet was doing its homework. And what they found was messy. Let's start with the basics. Stefon Diggs isn't just an NFL star. He's got a reputation, and not the good kind. He's charming, flashy, and undeniably talented. But when it comes to relationships, his name rings every alarm bell. This is the same man whose own teammates once said they'd never let their sisters date him. Let that sink in. In an interview that resurfaced online, his fellow players were asked which teammate they'd warn women about. Without hesitation, multiple guys said Stefon's name. One even said he's bad news for women. And that was before the baby rumors exploded, because apparently Stefon didn't just have one child on the way, he allegedly had 3, with 3 different women, in the same year. And now, Cardi might be number 4. To make things even worse, gossip pages lit up with claims that Stefon had been cheating on Cardi with his ex. Photos allegedly showed him sneaking around behind her back while Cardi was still deep in hiding mode, trying to figure out how to tell her family about the pregnancy. So now fans are left looking at this relationship like it's deja vu. Cardi left Offset for cheating. Now she's with a man who's been publicly branded a player and who's racking up baby mamas like trading cards. People are asking, why him? Why now? And why have a baby with someone who's clearly not finished playing games? Some fans say it's love.
Others think it's a rebound gone too far. But Offset? He's got a different theory. He says this isn't about love at all. He says Cardi's trying to lock Stefon down, and it has nothing to do with feelings. According to him, it's about power, status, and most of all, money. Because while Offset may have been Cardi's partner for years, Stefon's bag is bigger. And in Offset's eyes, that baby isn't about family. It's about securing the future.
Offset didn't just stir the pot, he flipped the whole damn table. Because while the world was focused on the baby drama, Offset was quietly making a move that stunned even his own fans. He filed for alimony and child support from Cardi B. Yes, you heard that right. The same man who spent years cheating, denying babies, and blasting Cardi online is now in court, asking her to pay him. And the internet couldn't believe it. See, here's what made it so outrageous. Cardi has full custody of their kids. They live with her. She's the one feeding them, dressing them, doing school runs, and juggling a music career at the same time. Offset? He's been MIA for a lot of it. At least that's what the other baby mamas are saying. So why would he need child support? Well, because according to insiders, Offset is broke, allegedly addicted to gambling, spending recklessly, and most of all, living off a lifestyle he can't actually afford anymore. Meanwhile, Cardi, she's been stacking. She owns multiple properties, including the Atlanta mansion where she lives with the kids, and another home in New Jersey where her mother stays. She invests, she saves, she runs her brand like a business. And Offset? He runs through cash like it's nothing. One source even said that while they were married, Cardi earned over 90% of their combined income. Offset might have had hits, but Cardi had an empire. So now that the marriage is over, he wants a piece. That's why fans are calling foul. They're saying Offset isn't chasing truth, he's chasing a paycheck. That all this noise about paternity, fake love, and betrayal, it's just a setup for a courtroom power grab. But it gets even uglier. Because Offset isn't just asking for money. He's also accusing Cardi of using Stefon as a distraction, a flashy new man to make him look irrelevant. He's painting her as someone who's manipulative, strategic, and desperate to save face. And what better way to shake that narrative than to claim the baby isn't even Stefon's? To Offset, it's not just about paternity. It's about control. Because if he is the father, everything changes, from public sympathy to court decisions. Suddenly, he's not just the bitter ex. He's a victim, a man lied to, a man fighting for his child. Or at least, that's the image he's trying to sell. At this point, nobody knows what to believe anymore. Cardi says she's moved on. Stefon's the father. They're happy, excited, building a future. But Offset's not letting go. He's doubling down, demanding tests, and tossing verbal grenades into Cardi's new chapter like it's his personal mission. And with every messy text, every leaked DM, every bitter comment, the truth keeps getting murkier. Because if Offset's lying, he's putting his entire reputation on the line just to stay relevant. But if he's telling the truth, then everything Cardi's built since their breakup, the love story, the pregnancy, the public image, was a lie. And let's be real, it wouldn't be the first time a celebrity covered up a paternity mess. The question is, would Cardi really do that? Offset claims she would. He says the pressure to prove she can keep a man after years of public cheating, heartbreak, and fans turning against her pushed her to secure the bag. That Stefon isn't the love of her life, he's the comeback narrative, a rebound with benefits. But here's the twist. Cardi's silence is starting to raise eyebrows. She hasn't addressed Offset's DNA demands. She hasn't clapped back like she usually does. She's playing it cool, maybe too cool. So now the entire internet is split. Half the fans are saying Offset's just bitter. The other half, what if he's right? And that's where the danger lies. Because all it takes is one court order, one test, one result to shatter everything. We've seen celebrity drama before, but this could rewrite everything. Offset says that's his baby. Stefon's in the dark, Cardi's caught in the middle, and we're all just waiting for the next twist. Because if you think this story's over, you're not paying attention.